Issawi Frej is an Arab-Israeli politician who currently serves as a Knesset member for the Meretz Party. Thanks so much for joining us today. So first, can you share some of the complexities of being an Arab-Israeli lawmaker in Israel during this very difficult time?
Yeah, it's not easy for us to live in this situation with war between our country and the Arabs and our people. You know, there is two issues, political issues in the area here. One in the Palestinian Authority, the delay of the election, and here in Israel, that we're going to have a new government. It's two issues, two political issues, I believe, and we in Meretz believe, that is the main cause that this war was happening now.
So you believe that the current escalation is based and driven by political motives on both sides?
If you think about the things, why just now? Now the Muslims in the third day of Eid al-Fitr, holy day, and instead of celebrating this day, they're going to war. What's happened? Which things happen that make the change? In Israel, you know that 20% of the population in Israel is Arab. They live together with Jews, they work together. I'm one of them. I'm a member of a Knesset with my party. And I give my life to Jewish Arab partnership for than 30, 40 years from since I was a student in the Hebrew University. It's not easy for me, for my neighbor. And we look for and we push that to stop this war, because maybe it took us to very dangerous place.
What do you think the best way is to de-escalate the situation right now and to stop the bloodshed?
First of all of us, the majority in Israel, Jews and Arabs, against violence. We surely against violence, but the extremely minority in our society, in the Arab sector, in the Jewish sector, try to take this position to make a clash between the Arabs and the Jews here. Our message and my message, I'm trying to deliver in the last days, that for the citizen of Israel, this is not the time to be silent. You know, that the leaders, the Arab leaders, the Jewish leaders should speak out against violence.
So would you say most Arabs living in Israel still identify as Palestinian?
Every person in Israel, look for me, have two identity, civil identity and a national identity. Like you, there is Jewish and Arab, it's the national identity for each, but both of us have one civil identity. We are Israeli, okay? And you can be part of your people, but in the same time, you can be part of your society, Israeli. I feel I'm part of my society. Israel, it's my country, it's my state, okay? But in the same time, I'm part of the Palestinian people, because I need to be my national identity. It's Arabs, not the Jewish, you know? But the people in Israel, Arabs and Jewish, can be together. The majority feel that there is a common fate between them in the country. The Arabs here in Israel, more than 1,080,000, educated to be part of the Israeli society. They feel it. They study in their university. They have the same news like the Jewish. They work together. They eat the same food and live together, speak together, friends together, families together. sometimes you feel that everything's go in the right way, like in the last year with the COVID-19. Arabs and Jews together in hospital. More than 40% of the doctors in hospital they are Arabs, you know. And Arabs with Jews, how to protect themselves from COVID-19, and together brotherhood, and everything is okay. And suddenly in 1 minute, everything is changed, you know. I, I hope, oh, I can see it. The majority want to be together because they are together. They are together. And these difficult days that we live now, this bad reality, you know, I think that life more stronger than the Hamas and than everything else.
So, what is the long-term solution, as far as you see it, between Israel
There
and
is
Palestine?
no way. The only solution, you have two solutions. Choose one of them. One state, Palestinian Israeli state, one state, or two states. In order to have one state, you need to give all the Palestinian identity, Israeli identity, and to be together, Jewish and Arabs, 50% and 50%. But it's bad for the Israeli Zionism to have half of the population Arabs. And that's why the other solution, there is no way to give the Palestinian state. Two states for two nations, the Palestinian and the Jewish nation, the Israeli nation. There is no way you can continue. You have Palestinian here. You have more than 6 million Palestinian here. In Gaza, there is 2 million. And in the West Bank, you have 3. Together, 5 million. You should give them solution. You should give the solution. They will stay here. The only solution that I can see in the long term, only two states. There is no way. There is no way. People want self
Determination.
determination. Yeah, it's very important for the Palestinian. I can hear it. No one can change it. That's why in the long term, no way. The only solution that I can see, I believe, it's the right solution: two states for two nations.
Knesset member Issawi Frej, thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing your insight.